anyone that wanted to get fried chicken had no expectation of consistency over time, and that business was out of business in like 3 months. So you got to show up when there's no one there, and it's just consistency over time.
I have not got any walk-ins yet.
Have you marketed that at all?
I mean, we started running ads 2 days ago.
Every single person within 5 miles of you should see this ad several times. And engagement ads are super cheap.
Right now, my warehouse is completely full with the couches I have right now on top of those pallets.
You need at least 2,000 square feet just to like store and be able to move around.
Yeah, I guess it's not super obvious, but the location in general is a pretty nice area.
Having some B2B relationship is important if you want to do volume. I think you give people like some incentive to like first 10 people. Grant's going to hop on in a couple minutes here, but he's running a little behind.
I have
Okay, cool.
some people that are supposed to arrive for a chair. I told them if they could wait till 3:15.
Okay, cool. So you have just received a full trailer of product from Carrot Homes. It's 26 pallets. Yeah, tell me about that.
So far, everything I've opened looks good.
Yeah.
Like the stuff is nice, but I feel like it's going to take a long time to process it because it took me like 3 hours just to get through one pallet.
Okay. Yeah. So it's 26. How long did it take you to unload?
That was pretty quick. That was like an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay, because you had the forklift, right?
I have a loading dock and pallet jack.
That'll do it. So 26 pallets of stuff. You took 3 hours to get through one, like unboxing, assembling, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, it could have just been maybe the items I was assembling. It was mostly like office chairs so far, but I was trying to go through the manifest and see if there's duplicates too, so I don't have to like assemble the same item. There's not a lot of duplicates.
Most of the duplicates should be grouped in like the same pallet.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I have like 2 duplicates right now and they were on the same pallet, so that's nice at least. I don't know, it might not take as long as I thought it would. Tomorrow I'll be here the whole day with my brother and we'll see how many we can get through.
Okay, I mean, look, is your concern in terms of like the sheer volume of items and your ability to like process and get them staged and listed, or is it like you're concerned about sales, or is it both?
It was a little bit of both. More so like the volume, like how fast I could get them listed and posted. Because right now my warehouse is completely full with the couches I have right now on top of those pallets. So it's not a ton of space.
How much square feet are you working with?
In the warehouse, there's 4,000, and then I have like 1,000 office space. So I'll put a lot of those chairs inside the office space once they're assembled.
Yeah, no, it's valid. I mean, I think for the Carrot Homes stuff in particular, you need at least 2,000 square feet just to like store and be able to move around. With the Wayfair stuff, maybe 1,000 square feet is sufficient. But when we're dealing with like palletized furniture that's still in box and like stacked up pretty efficiently, once you start unboxing and getting everything out, it's gonna be quite a bit. Grant's hopping on right now.
What's up, guys? What's up, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Andrew was just telling me about the Carrot Homes trailer he just received, 26 pallets, boxed furniture, full 52-foot trailer. So he's expressing some concern about being able to unpackage, assemble, stage, get everything listed, and then a little bit about the sales as well. But it seems to be mostly a concern around processing and getting the items listed. But you tell him, Andrew.
Yeah, just mainly that, like how quickly I can do that. Because
so everything's boxed on these Carrot Home trailers, like everything's brand new.
It's returns. It's returns. Some are new, but it is all returns.
Well, I think the upside to this the Carrot Homes trailer. Oh wow. Holy cow. Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of furniture.
I mean, the upside is that you should be able to sell this for a lot more than something like Wayfair, right? So just like a bit of a trade-off. It's going to be more time involved, but it's going to be higher quality stuff that you're going to be able to sell for more. Whereas with Wayfair, you kind of just want to turn and burn. So how many Carrot Homes trailers have we?
We have moved 6 trailers.
Okay.
This year. We just started moving them. As of this year, we've moved 6 trailers all within this month. Like Andrew, I think, got the 2nd trailer. It might have been the 3rd. You either got the 2nd or 3rd trailer, Andrew.
I mean, that would be I don't know really a way around like cutting down on the process besides just having more help. I mean, the upside is you're probably going to be able to make a lot more on this stuff. Whereas with Wayfair, you're kind of going to like turn and burn.
Yeah. The thing with Carrot Homes, it's more predictable. We know we're getting 5 to 10 Carrot Homes trailers a month originating from Dallas, Fort Worth. Whereas with Wayfair, we do get 5, 10 trailers a month from Wayfair, but it's all over the country. It could be originating from Florida, it could be Ohio, and then whether or not we can get you one consistently really depends on like, when and where it's originating from. So like in the Carrot Home stuff, it's palletized, it's floor loaded, it's manifested. Sorry, it's palletized, it's not floor loaded, it's boxed up, right? And it's manifested. So we know roughly like what you're gonna get ahead of time.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of chairs.
Chairs, you saw the spreadsheet, right? With like, and so it depends on the trailer that you get, but yeah, because, and like you can kind of select one that has a mix of furniture that is more consistent with the kind of furniture that you're looking for.
I mean, is there any concern? You feel pretty confident about selling everything? It's more so just the actual process of like getting everything listed.
I think so. I'm
like,
a little concerned about like the office chairs that I've got, because I've noticed on the manifest there's a good bit of office chairs. I've never sold those before, so I don't know how well they do. I don't know. I don't feel like those will sell for that much, to be honest. I mean, I could be wrong.
You may have to change your strategy a little bit. So for example, we have one guy in Houston. I think it's Houston. Yeah. We have one guy in Houston and he sold through like half the trailer already and he got it last week. His strategy,
he was the guy that like knew wholesalers around him.
And so that was his strategy, is just like out of the gate, he's like, I'm going to liquidate part of this stuff. And so he has relationships with office tells, hotels, co-working spaces, people that just have needs for bulk furniture. And he's like, all right, like come take a rip at this, right? And because there's so much of this product to go around, I think it makes sense. Like you pick out the stuff that you think is going to be the highest value, and that's the stuff that you hold on to. You sell that for 50, 60, 70% of retail if you can. And that's where you make your margin. And the rest of the stuff, your strategy, you just want to clear it out. If you're selling office chairs for 20% of retail, I'm sure that there are businesses, these are new, no? Yeah, they're like brand new office chairs. You sell them 20, 25% of retail. Your normal tactics may not work here. I don't know. Maybe they do, I've never personally sold office chairs on Facebook Marketplace.
How would I find these businesses like that to get in contact with and see if they're interested in like some wholesale type thing?
Sure, like your local chamber. I don't know if you have a relationship with your local chamber of commerce, but that's like a great place to start.
I do not, no.
Yeah, well, that's like where all the small businesses, medium-sized businesses, they all usually participate within like the local chamber of commerce. The whole point is to like help you network and grow connections, go to some of their events, rub shoulders with people, hand out some business cards. I think having some B2B relationship is important if you want to do volume. I mean, and this is where you need to start diversifying a bit, like, who's running Airbnbs, who's running short-term rentals, who are the stagers, who are the interior designers in your network? Are there local other like resellers that are looking for inventory, but they can't take a truckload, but they could take a pallet?
Yeah.
Sell it off to them.
I gotcha.
Because if you can figure that out, I think you need some bulk distribution strategy if you really want to be effective with these trailers, what we're learning now. If you figure that out, it's like, I could send you a trailer a week.
Yeah, it seemed like I would definitely need to do that for these. I don't know, someone interested in buying bulk.
Yeah. Grant, you have any thoughts?
Just that I think you can also do this. Like, I think selling B2B is great, but I think you can also take a similar approach with direct to consumer and just run kind of like blowout sales and separate that stuff out. Like Charles says, you just separate out that stuff you need to liquidate from the really high end stuff. And you can just do like weekend sales. That's just the approach after talking with some of the guys selling trailers that I feel like I would take. I think if you can make those B2B connections, that's great. I think there's still a lot of opportunity direct to consumer with this stuff as well. So because it's not like, again, like make those B2B connections if you can, but I think that's could be somewhat of a little bit of a longer term strategy, like forming those connections. But yeah, you could just run like, weekend sales, you separate all that stuff, make a section of the warehouse that's just the liquidation, like really cheap stuff, and just blow that out for 15% of MSRP. There's always going to be people, you need to advertise it. And this is great that we're talking because like we can strategize, like me, you and Nick, your account manager can hop on a call. And if you ever want to like run ads for this stuff too, we can run ads, not for individual products. We could do weekend sales, where people just come in and you just get 100 people to stop by your warehouse and they're just buying inexpensive stuff. Whether they're furnishing their house or furnishing an Airbnb, whatever it is. Like there's a huge market for that. I personally I will always love a deal. And like if I see an ad like that where it's just like warehouse blowout sale, like my wife and I, that's like our ideal weekend. And I think there's a huge population of people like that who are just like, they love like a unique opportunity. All that to say, like I think the strategy remains the same, but I think you can accomplish that direct to consumer as well.
Yeah, I agree with Grant. Probably when we're talking about this load right now, your best bet at clearing it out quickly is going to be direct to consumer. The B2B, I mean, if you have the right relationship and you come across but those tend to take a little bit longer, plant the seed, nurture it, and then you can recruit and get ROI over time.
Say I was to do like a weekend sale like that this weekend, should I try to get like as much out of box as possible? Or do you think selling like listing them as new and in box?
That's a good question. The upside to listing them new in box is that it's a huge selling point. The downside downside is people are coming in to be able to actually visualize product and see product. So I don't know, are there a lot of pieces, and excuse my questions because I'm somewhat new to the consignment trailers. Is most everything one off, or do you get like 5 of something?
I'd say most of it's like one off. A
Most
lot of
of
the
it's
office
one-off?
chairs,
Okay.
there's like 2.
I was going to say, like, if you got an office chair and you have, 20 of those, you could put together one as like a floor model, right? And then you just have boxes stacked behind that one. And
yeah, that would be
you don't
nice.
sell it. Yeah.
I was hoping it would some stuff be like that.
There's ups and downs to both. The downside to getting 20 or 40 of an office chair is if it's not a desirable office chair, now 5% of your truck is not really desirable, right? So you diversify. Like, you don't want to get a truckload of 3 styles of couches where one style is like nobody's going to buy, right? That's 30% of your truck is not sellable, really. And I sort of lean towards you would probably want to put some stuff together. I think it's just kind of tough for people to visualize furniture in a box, but you could test it. You could put half the stuff together, half the stuff not together, have pictures printed out or something, make sure they can see on there like what they're getting. Because that's the big thing with box items. It's like, well, what is this? You got to have some sort of picture or something. Think about when you go into a Walmart, right? And you buy a piece of furniture or something. You know how they have furniture in Walmarts and it's usually just in a box. Maybe they'll have a display, but a lot of the time on the price tag, they just have like a big picture of the item. I think you need that at the very least, right? You need like a visualization. You could test both and put some pictures out, put some together and see what works better. Everything that sells is stuff that's put together, then there's your answer.
I did want to ask, like, I just started doing open hours, like literally a few days ago. How many people should I be expecting to come in? Because I have not got any walk-ins yet.
Have you marketed that at all?
I mean, we started running ads a few days ago, but I just also sent some new content, some new video ads of me.
I think it's like ads is like, let's just pretend you're not running ads for walk-in. It's all going to depend on location.
Yeah, I guess it's not super obvious, but the location in general is a pretty nice area.
Yeah. I mean, do you have a nice sign or any sort of sign?
Yeah, I mean, well, front door sign.
I mean, I would invest in a sign, man. I know you're spending, a decent bit on ads. We run your ads for you. Take a little bit of budget. Like, if you want walk-ins to come in, you got to think of the sign as part of the marketing budget, right? It's another marketing channel. Because if you have a door sign, I would expect you to maybe get a couple people a week if that's all you have. Like, besides ads, assuming you're not running any ads, how many people are just going to walk by and stop in?
Depends on your location. Are you warehouse, industrial complex, shopping center?
It's like I guess, industrial complex.
Did you send new creatives, new content? Okay, so is it based around like getting people to walk in? Because I know your ads are doing really well with getting direct sales.
The new video is just like a selfie video of me, like introduce my business and what we do.
I mean, if your goal is to get people to come in, then I mean, everything needs to be conducive to that, right? So if you're trying to get someone to buy on a website, then everything from the ads to everything on the website needs to be pushing them through that funnel.
I made some changes to my website too that like has my address on the front page. And
well, the thing is like you can still do booked appointments with open hours. Like, if that's working for you, don't stop doing that. Like, people can still pick a time. And the way you frame that is like, oh, why'd I book an appointment if you guys are open all the time? Oh, well, like, we get kind of busy. Like, we want to make sure there's someone dedicated to helping you. So like, you can walk in, but like, we just like, sometimes we get busy. We don't know if we'd be able to help you. So you pick a time. No one's going to care either way. No one's going to book an appointment, come in, be like, oh, you're open. Why did I book an appointment? It's not like they have to pay to book an appointment. But I see that a lot. People go from scheduled appointment hours to open hours, and they just keep doing the calendar. There's a level of commitment there from the customer. If they book an appointment, they're probably going to come in. Whereas if they just see you're open, it can be tougher. The main thing really for open hours is you're going to want to update your Google My Business profile, which we can help you with. I don't know if you've done that.
But look, it takes time. You updated your open hours 6 days ago. I could see on Google. I'll give you an example, like fried chicken food truck that opened next to my gym when I was living in Pennsylvania. And I was super excited to try it. The first time I went there, it said it was going to be open from like 7 to 7 on Google My Business. I went there like within those hours, wasn't open. And then I tried again like 2 days later, wasn't freaking open. And like the guy, like, I don't know, probably like things were not that busy. He got tired. He's like, oh, there's no one here. So he just shut down the business. And then anyone that wanted to get fried chicken had no expectation of consistency over time. And that business was out of business in like 3 months. So you got to show up when there's no one there. And it's just consistency over time that lets people know like, hey, this is a real business. We have open hours. Like, and people.
Good news is you have plenty to do. There's no reason not to stay open.
I would say, look, I think the most important thing is the efficiency of processing the item. It's good you got through one pallet. You need to get through all 26 pallets ASAP. I encourage you to take the items out of the box. I looked through your manifest just now. There's like a decent amount of repeat items, but a lot of them are different pallet to pallet. But there are some pallets where you have like 5 sectionals of the same sectional in that pallet, right? What we find is like, because these are returns, even if they look factory sealed or whatever, like there can be missing parts, or maybe the boxes are mislabeled, so the sooner you kind of sift through everything and get it all staged and listed, like the more accurate assessment you're going to have of like what you actually have. And then it helps with the sales too, to actually process everything, get it all listed.
All right. Yeah,
But,
I mean, tomorrow I'll get a good idea on like how much we can get through, because it'll just be that tomorrow.
we should run the warehouse sale.
I think that's a good idea. I will
So if you
try to get as much stuff as possible the next 2 days.
Exactly. Get as much stuff onto the floor by the weekend. We spin up the ads now, and then on Saturday we say, I think you give people like some incentive to, like, first 10 people to show up get like an additional $50 off, extra $100 off. And I think your goal is to get like a line out the door.
I will say that's a little optimistic to do it this weekend. I think we could, but Andrew, you and we can meet about running an ad, but I just think like to really like maximize how many people are going to come in, because it's the end of the day, Tuesday almost. We'd have to film some stuff. We have to get you to film some stuff, send it over, get it up, and then actually build up an audience. We definitely could get something running. I just wouldn't expect a huge turnout this weekend, but if we have like a week to build it up, I think next weekend would be great, because that gives us this week to like prep and get everything ready. So Andrew, if you want, me, you and Nick will meet, and we don't have to put a lot of budget towards this. I don't usually recommend this, but in this case, I think it would be great. We can just run like engagement ads. We just want eyeballs on this thing in your area.
All right.
Like super tight radius. Like the idea is like every single person within 5 miles of you should see this ad several times. And engagement ads are super cheap. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much, but basically engagement ads are cheap because we're not asking Meta to get the user to go off their platform, right? We're just saying, hey, we want people to like interact with this and like it and share it and all that stuff. And so I don't like that strategy long term, but for something like this, I think it could work really well. And we also don't have to take a lot of your budget for it. We can run $5-10 a day and see like decent results. We let that run for a week, and then hopefully have like a decent crowd show up on the day.
You have like an ad format where you're getting people to book appointments, but now you have like the open hours, you have all this inventory, you can kind of build a name for yourself. And, so simultaneously with trying to get people to show up for this warehouse sale, you are kind of getting the word out about your business. Hey, we're here, we have open hours, a little bit 2 birds, 1 stone. And Grant's right about the time frame. I'm always like, can I get it faster?
Okay.
But it's going to take time just to even have the ad serve to your audience. Like get it ramped up, actually serving impressions. And
yeah, we could do something like, screenshot this ad for an additional 10% off or something like that. The nice thing about these consignment trailers is there's so many ways to like frame the discounts, right? Because you're already offering such a great price that like you could be like, everything is 50% off MSRP, which is already like you're making great money at that price point. That's great messaging for your audience. And then you could always add something in like everything's 50% off, but this week and only you screenshot this ad and you come in, you get an extra 15% off. And now you're selling everything on that blowout sale for 30-35% of MSRP. You're still making great money. You framed it in a way where they're getting, 65% off MSRP. I think that's like a marketing dream, right? When you can mark down that much and still make great money, like it's just a dream to frame it like that.
I think you need to pick out the stuff that is the highest value you want to make your money on, and then the rest of the stuff, blow it out. Really, you can think about it. You're not paying for the product. Your cost here is literally just how long you hold on to it. That's your cost. It's the opportunity cost. It's the trade-off in like ability to store other things. Taking a long time to process and get things ready and available for sale and just sitting on items, that's where you lose money on this equation.
But yeah, I'll do that. Get as much stuff out these next few days. And
are you feeling better? Worse? Same?
Oh no, yeah, I'm definitely feeling better. I mean, today in general, it was just like yesterday when I got everything, it was kind of overwhelming.
Take care of your customer. Ciao. Bye.